This is Ask Eric Live episode 46, where I answer questions on sales, marketing, and branding. If you find this very valuable, the best way to thank me is to hit the share button so that I can reach out the content to as many people as possible. So let's go. Our next person has a very interesting question. Her question has got to do with more of the mindset. All right, so let's take a look at her. Hi, Elle. Is that Elle? Is that how I pronounce your name?
Yes.
Oh, cheers. You drink
Cheers.
water, right? After.
Yeah.
Cheers. Now, tell us a little bit about the challenge that you're facing.
I have the tendency to overanalyze things. I care about what people think about me a lot or something, because that's something that I haven't really got to figure it out myself.
And because of that over-analysis, right, how is that costing you?
Oh,
Is it that you have not enough sales, not enough referrals, or you don't even dare to put up content on social media?
I think it's everything. Let me just give you a few examples. So social media, that's one of them. I've learned everything from you, so I roughly know what to do, but it's more of I'm not doing it because of all these things. And then I also, I'm still facing problems with calling up my existing network, people who I know from the past. Yeah.
What business are you in?
I'm a financial advisor.
Got it. How many of you have the same challenge with Elle? You have a lot of resistance in putting out content because you're very afraid of what people say. And it's true, Elle, there are a lot of negative people on social media. Let's just face it. But by the way, right, if you want less negativity, go LinkedIn.
Okay.
People on LinkedIn are very nice people. You know why? You know why they're nice? Because their job title is beside their name. But on Facebook and Instagram, people can hide behind their handle, right? So if you're very afraid, actually going on LinkedIn will already reduce your fear because you know that the people there are professional, are nice people. They will not troll you. I'm going to ask the rest of you, how many of you feel the same way with Elle, that you have a lot of fear in producing content? You have a lot of fear in picking up the phone to talk to your customers for referrals. You have a lot of fear of asking prospects to meet up with you for a sales appointment. COVID-19 is still an unsolvable problem, correct, Elle? And so what if one day, right, you accidentally happen to find a vaccine for COVID-19 and you tested it on yourself and you actually got cured? Will you share this with your family?
Of course.
Would you pick up the phone and tell them, hey, you should try this?
Yeah.
Would you pick up the phone to call all your customers and say, hey, this is really good, but they say, stop calling me? Would you still keep calling them?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's good for them.
But they might think badly of you. They might think that you are salesy, hard sell, aggressive.
But it's the vaccine, so everyone wants it.
Very good. You see where I'm going there? You know where's the problem?
Mindset?
No, it's about mindset, but it's your relationship towards insurance.
Okay.
You see, if you don't fall in love with your own products, you're always going to care about people's criticism towards you. I mean, it's all about conviction, you know that? It's if you know it works, right? I don't care if you say no to me. It doesn't change my belief. You can judge me by saying I'm salesy, but I know, touch my heart, I'm coming out of the goodness of my heart to serve, to help. So if you reject me, I've done my best. It's like street canvassing. We are afraid of approaching people, because we are scared that they reject us. But what if I tell you right now, the guy just dropped his wallet? Will you pick up the wallet and go to him and approach him?
Yes.
Because you know you have the right to approach him, correct?
Yep.
Exactly. So Elle, your first action that you need to take is I need you to fall in love with insurance. Have you gotten insurance for yourself?
I did.
Good. Why? Why do you buy insurance for yourself?
For my family, for my mom.
Yeah, why?
In case I die before her.
Yeah, because it's important, right?
Yeah.
And do you have any friends who are probably your age who love their mom?
Of course.
Yeah. And don't you think that you telling them about your fear, that you're very afraid that you might die young and that's why you buy insurance, don't you think that is a legit concern and that you can share with them? Okay, not done yet. Have you ever done a claim before?
Not yet, because I'm quite new in the industry.
The power of insurance really lies in the claims, correct? Because insurance is about selling a promise. So what I want you to do is this. Elle, you got homework to do, okay? How big is your agency?
Wow. The whole agency.
Maybe your direct first.
Direct would be 30 plus.
Good.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I want you to call every one of them one by one, okay? Colleagues can call. Call the closest one first.
Okay.
Who are you closest with?
Must I name names?
No need, but you can think of somebody.
Yep.
At least got 3. Tomorrow call them. And then ask them, each of them, to share with you a claim story.
Mm,
One of the most memorable claims that they have done. Just absorb yourself with claims.
okay.
Every day. Before you go to work, look at the value of insurance. How has insurance saved lives? You have not seen how insurance saved lives, therefore you do not have the moral conviction to go to a person and look them in the eye and say, you need insurance regardless of what you say. And it's not your fault because you're new. You know, one of the things that I would encourage you to do is if you have friends who have cancer, I hope you don't, but if you do, or if you can, go volunteer in a hospital and go look at a patient who has to go through chemotherapy. Watch with your bare eyes how the needle gets poked into the hand. Watch them suffer. You know, it's painful to go through that treatment, but insurance is the reason why they can go through that treatment. I mean, if there's one reason, I mean, I'm not from insurance, so sometimes the way I speak might make you think that I'm from the insurance business, but I'm not. But I have been a beneficiary of insurance. My dad, you know, I remember I had this profound experience where I was just working and suddenly, you know, my mom just sent me a text and a call and I realized that my dad just fainted. And you know, when you are elderly and you faint, it's not a good sign. And the minute when I go to a hospital, right, and I see my dad like like totally slumped on his wheelchair, and the first thing in my mind is I just want him to be cured. But you know what's the problem? There was no doctor for us because there was a long queue and there was no beds for him. So imagine that you want your dad to get the best cure, but you know, there's just not enough hospital beds during that day. Then I called my insurance agent. His name is Danny, and Danny said, "No, you got your dad some kind of insurance that allows him to stay in the AA++. He did some calls, and the next thing you know, instead of my dad having to sleep at the corridor because there's no beds, we were moved right up to like a first-class hospital suite. And I saw my mom like totally have a sigh of relief that at least we got the best care. And we have a doctor dedicated to us to checking on my dad. And I was joking that the food that my dad was eating is so much better than the food that I was eating, you know? And it was in that moment I connected the dots and I saw the value of insurance. That insurance gives you a peace of mind. And that's why when I look at you guys, I know you are doing the right thing. If you join the insurance line, you're doing the right thing. It saves lives. We're not worried about you guys not fulfilling your claim. There's no such thing. But if you yourself, you have no conviction of insurance, then guess what? Your customer's objection will be stronger than your conviction. When your conviction is weaker than your customer's objection, boom, you lose the sale. When your conviction is stronger than your customer's objection, boom, you win the sale. Your problem is your conviction is low. And it's not your fault. It's just that you do not have enough customers that have benefit from insurance yet. So L, you need to do this piece of homework, because if you don't fall in love with your product, no one can help you. Can you promise me you do that? Like, I'd rather you spend one less hour prospecting and one more hour just getting close to people who are beneficiaries of insurance. Listen to all the success stories of how insurance saved lives. Just keep doing that. Soak yourself with the gospel of insurance and then go out there and spread that gospel. Can you do that for me, Elle?
Yes. So it was actually inspired from the conversation you had earlier with Eugene. So one time you mentioned that when you want to reach out to, for example, engineer, my question would be, how do you actually attract a specific occupation on social media like Facebook and Instagram? Because it's not like LinkedIn whereby there's a tech engineers or doctors.
Yes. Okay, good question. So that's the reason why there's a difference between Facebook and LinkedIn. Facebook is fantastic if you're going after warm market and you want to grow your warm market. But if you go on LinkedIn, you can go after the cold market by profession. Do you have any friends who are engineers?
Yes.
Reach out to them first.
Okay.
Because number one, if you yourself, you're not an engineer and you try to go after engineers, they will question you, right? There's no reason for them to hang out with you. There's no commonality. So for example, I remember one of the financial advisor, she was a paralegal. So a paralegal is like a secretary to lawyers. So at least, she's not a lawyer, but at least she's been working with lawyers for a while. So she has a lawyer network and she understands lawyers better than anyone. Therefore, it becomes very natural for her to want to go after the lawyer market. So I gave her two strategies. Strategy number one is to reach out to all her lawyer colleagues and tell them this: I just became a financial advisor and I've learned a skill that we never learned in school, which is financial planning. And me as your colleague, I thank you for for our friendship, and I want to show you what I've learned in my company. You're not obligated to buy anything from me. I just want to show you the value of financial planning so that you can see how powerful it is. Like how as a lawyer, you understand the power of a contract, which most entrepreneurs don't. Many lawyers don't understand the power of financial planning. You see that? So I told her to reach out to all her lawyer friends first so that she can collect lawyer testimonials. And then using lawyer testimonials, she can then reach out to new lawyer customers. Elle, got the process?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay.
What was your ex-profession?
I only recently graduated, so no
What's your degree?
banking and finance.
I'm doing this expression because, well, if you're going to go after your friends who are bankers and accountants, they're probably going to counter sell you, right?
Yeah, that's why.
Exactly. So I don't think they're your best market. So can I encourage you to do something? If you can't go after people by profession, go after them by passion. So what are 2 to 3 interests that you have?
Self-development.
Oh, you're into personal development?
Yeah.
What is the area that you're very interested to work on right now?
My mindset.
So anything to do with success, psychology.
Yep,
So
yep.
go look for people, look for friends who are also into that and learn together. But you know what? You be smart. You're a financial advisor, right?
Yep.
So make sure you organize this thing called reading club.
Okay.
Basically read a book together. We meet up once a week and we read together.
Okay.
And we share our learnings. Make sure you pick a money mindset book.
Okay, I see it.
You see the link?
Yep.
Yeah, don't just pick mindset, then very hard to jump to financial planning. But if you pick a book about money mindset, then at least you talk about money all the time. It makes it very easy to dovetail to your financial plan. If you do the homework that I ask you to do, your career will change. Remember, your success is our miracle. So you have to be successful, okay?
Yes.
Take care, Elle. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See you. If you enjoy what I've just given you, let me know in the comment section. Was that good?